Humans are useless, you know it is true. The only bitch I love is myself, and maybe you.
Let's start this one off by talking about Jack Black. Because, you know, I honestly felt like I'd be over this stuff by now. I felt like after a good long time, I think it's been like 8 or 9 months, I thought I'd be over it. You know, I thought I'd be like, you know what, Jack Black's okay again. Let bygones be bygones. But every time I see any promotion for this goddamn Minecraft movie, and I see Jack Black in that promotion, I instantly find myself just going, bleh!
I am Steve.
Bleh! And you know, Jack Black has always done cash grab, garbage tier shit, capitalizing on his marketability and all that. And I never begrudged him that. I get it. Pays a bunch of money, keeps you fucking high on the hog. So why not? But I always thought that Jack Black was one of those cases where he did the commercial stuff to sustain himself so that he could do the stuff he really loves, which is stuff like Tenacious D. But then, 8 or 9 months ago, right after the attempted assassination of Donald Trump by that nerd that no one remembers the name of at this point, it was Kyle Gass's birthday. Tenacious D was on stage, and
Happy birthday, dear Kyle. Happy birthday. Make a wish, Canada. Don't miss Trump next time.
of course, all of the right-wingers who had previously been like, let's make comedy legal again. Libs are always so triggered. They all decided to get triggered by some comedy because, you know, they don't actually believe a goddamn thing they say, right? So they got triggered. They got upset. Tenacious D canceled the rest of their tour. Kyle Gass was forced to make some lame-ass gay apology. And the thing is, you know, Jack Black is not like genuinely himself upset that Kyle Gass said what Kyle Gass said. You know, he was just thinking about his Pixar money, his Minecraft money, his big studio smiley face money. And he proved in that moment to me that my previous assumption about him was wrong. He's not doing the commercial stuff just to sustain the stuff he really wants to do. What he really wants to do is the commercial stuff because it makes money. Tenacious D, that kind of stuff, that's just a little side hustle. That's all that ever was to him. And you know what? If it becomes a problem, stab your friend in the back and say, oh, fuck you, Kyle Gass. Don't get between me and my big corpo entertainment money. And ever since then, I can't look at Jack Black without being like, bleh. You know, especially when he's doing crap like this Minecraft movie. I see that and it's just instant. I mean, it's already disgusting that a Minecraft movie is even happening in the first place, but the fact that Jack Black is in it, it just adds to the ick factor that was already fucking gorging because this dude sold out his friend for his fucking corporate money. So yeah, I mean, I thought that after 8 months, you know, I'd be over it. I'd be like, yeah, whatever. C'est la vie, gotta do what you gotta do. But honestly, the rage within me has just built and built. And I just don't even want to see Jack Black's ugly, fat fucking face no more. I just don't. Let me know if you feel the same. Maybe you feel the same about my ugly, fat face, eh? Well, I'm much easier to avoid. Most of my longtime subscribers seem to do a pretty good job at avoiding my new content. So I'm very easy to just ignore. Let's talk about something else. Let's talk about Lord Elon, the great, the powerful. Recently, he spent about 25 million bucks trying to openly buy votes to make sure that the Republicans won a Supreme Court race in the state of Wisconsin. They wanted to get a guy named Brad Schimmel in there over liberal Susan Crawford. Now, I don't give a rat's ass about Susan Crawford, but the stakes of this election were basically the Republicans want to gerrymander the shit out of Wisconsin to ensure that they have an easier path to victory in future elections. And basically, Brian Schimmel was their guy that was going to give that to them. But the voters of Wisconsin, I guess, roundly rejected it. And honestly, I don't even think they rejected it because of the gerrymandering stuff. I think they rejected it solely because Musk got involved. I think that if Elon Musk had not decided to publicly get super involved in this race, the Republicans would have probably won it, or they would have at least stood a much better chance of winning it. Because when you got a billionaire out there offering $1 million checks to anyone who signs a pledge against activist judges, whatever the hell that is, everybody sees that for what it is. Everyone looks at that and says, is this billionaire really just trying to openly buy this election? Fuck him. I'm going to go vote against him. I mean, recent opinion polls show that Elon Musk's favorability has never been lower. And I don't see why it would be. You know, I mean, the guy was pretty much universally touted as some sort of great genius, almost across the board and certainly across the aisle. But now, pretty much everyone thinks he's a fucking dipshit, except for like his ultra dedicated super fanboys. And they'll always love him. But the thing is, he had them plus a good chunk of pretty much everybody else. Now he ain't got shit but them. All he has left is his sycophants. Now, it is a sizable contingent, to be fair, but pretty much no one that's not in that likes Elon Musk. I mean, what's to like? He ain't got no charisma. I mean, you see him give a speech, it's like he's got this weird, I don't know if it's an accent or if it's a speech impediment, but he sounds retarded. He did like, I'm Elon Musk, I'm Doc MAGA. You see me? I'm Doc MAGA. And this is the chainsaw for bureaucracy. Why are we taking this seriously? Says the guy carrying a wizard staff. But I'm not on the national stage. I mean, I should be. If this country had any brains, it would have elected me president a long time ago. But hey, that's a whole other grievance. There is a popular YouTuber by the name of August the Duck. He used to be a duck. Now he's just a guy. He needs to change his name to August the Guy. Anyway, he made this hand-wringing video about how one of these, you've seen these explainer channels out there? You know, the 13 whatevers explained in whatever duration. Well, one of those channels did a video about Jaffrey Dahmer's victims that I guess was insensitive. And there's a long-standing debate. I mean, we've seen people debating this crap for a minute. You know, the idea of true crime is entertainment, and it seems to especially crop up in the case of Dahmer, you know? Remember when Netflix did that big Dahmer show that everybody watched? And a lot of the victims' families were like, this is insensitive, this is horse shit, this is rude, how many fucking Dahmer shows do you need, blah, 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 blah. But here's the thing. Even the people who whine about this Dahmer shit, they never seem to remember any of these victims' names organically. Like, anybody can go look up the victims' names and make a big show of it, but like, you walk to a motherfucker on the street, hey, you know who Jaffrey Dahmer is? They're like, oh yeah, that's that crazy cannibal serial killer. Name one of his victims. 99.9% of people would be like, And there's a reason for that. And I've pointed this out before, and I'll point it out again. It's something that people don't like me saying. It's something that makes people a little uncomfortable. but it's the goddamn truth. Jeffrey Dahmer's victims are not interesting. They're just normal people. Going about their lives, going about their days. Horrible what happened to them, obviously. But they're just not interesting people. Jeffrey Dahmer is a goddamn interesting person. You know why? Because he's a crazy cannibal serial killer. You don't have too many of those. Normal everyday people, we got those out the fucking wazoo. Crazy cannibal serial killers? That's not a dime a dozen. That's why he's fascinating. Okay? And like, can we just admit that to ourselves, please? Like, we admit it tacitly with all of the material we produce about the guy. I mean, there'll be another Jeffrey Dahmer show in a few months from now. The real Jeffrey Dahmer. Like, we've probed every scintilla of that guy's goddamn lore, but we're still hungry for more. I gotta know more about Jeffrey Dahmer. But these same people who are obsessed with Jeffrey Dahmer, who are constantly in the market for some new Jeffrey Dahmer shit, are the same people who be like, you know, it's not really about Jeffrey Dahmer. It's all about the victims. It's like, what are you, huh? No, it's not. Name one of the victims. You can't do it. And I know a bunch of you right now, oh, we're going to Google a victim and then pretend I knew it all. No, you didn't. No, you fucking didn't. Shut up. Speaking of dead people, Val Kilmer. Val Kilmer's dead. You believe that shit? Happened on April Fool's Day, so I didn't believe it day of. Scotty, my brother, sent me a text message. Val Kilmer's dead. I'm like, bullshit. I ain't falling for that nonsense. April Fool's Day. Bah. Come to find out, he's actually fucking dead. Man, that sucks. I mean, I'm not going to pretend I was like the biggest Val Kilmer fan on the face of the planet or nothing. But I like the guy, especially. And if you haven't seen this movie, you got to see this movie. I went through a huge Western phase in my life. Voracious for Westerns. I just wanted to watch as many Westerns as I possibly could, okay? And one of the ones that I watched the most was Tombstone with Kurt Russell and Val Kilmer and a bunch of other famous people too. But Val Kilmer steals the damn show in that movie as Doc Holliday. He is fucking amazing in that role. He completely disappears into that character. You know, and if you haven't seen that movie, you've got to see that movie, especially now that he's dead. You know, because when a celebrity dies, you're not really in it. You don't really know what the hell they've done. I'm telling you, the one thing that Val Kilmer did that you gotta goddamn see is his role in Tombstone. That shit is like revelatory.
I was talking to my brother Scotty on the phone earlier, and he told me that if I had gone down the right-wing grift path, I'd probably have 3 million subs right now. I think that's probably a slight exaggeration. I also think that it's true that if I had gone down the libtard grift path, I'd have 3 million subs right now. It seems that people just want cheerleaders, doesn't it? You know, when I look at the success of, you know, stuff like Sam Cedar, David Pakman, Midas Touch, or I look at the success of, you know, Tim Pool and all those guys over on the right, it just makes me think, like, people only want cheerleaders. They only want to hear, when Biden's in office, it's like, oh my God, guys, you know, believe what Biden said. You believe what Biden did. You believe what Biden said now. Oh, Biden's done. We got him, boys. We got him. Then when Trump's in office, oh, Trump's bad. Trump said this. Trump tweeted that. Trump's going to do this. Trump signed this executive order. Trump's going to get us. Oh, but no, you know what? We got Trump. We got him now, boys. He's done. Trump's goose is cooked. Oh, my God, so embarrassing. You see what he did? You see what he said? And you figure after so many years of this shit, so many years of hearing about how this politician or that politician on the left or on the right is done and their goose is cooked and they're a fascist and they're a demon and they're this and they're that. You figure eventually people would wise up and just say, hey, is this all a bunch of horse shit? But they never do. And for pointing that out, I feel like I'm punished. People, oh, both sides. You just want to say both sides. I even made a video a little while back talking about this both sides shit, comparing and contrasting what Democrats do with power, what Republicans do with power. I came to the conclusion that, there's differences. There's even pronounced differences. But on so many issues, they seem to be the same. On the issues of American interventionism, on the issues of Wall Street capitulation, on the issues of, writing laws that are friendly to the rich. Seems like these parties are in lockstep. And you point that out, and people just get mad, They just get triggered by it, no matter how much detail or explanation you provide. Because I sourced the hell out of that video. And I double and triple checked my sources to make sure everything I'm saying is 100% factually accurate. And I got a bunch of responses from people who disagreed with me, and not one of them challenged any of the factual stuff. They're just like, oh, well, both sidesism. I mean, now is not the time for this, they say. With what Trump is doing right now is not the time for this. I even saw this chick on Twitter the other day responding to the story about how Trump had taken away security clearance from Joe Biden. And she was in the comments of the Twitter post saying, can you imagine if Biden had done this to Trump? And I was like, bitch, he did. He did that a few weeks into office. I don't get it. I don't fucking get it.
All right, last thing I'm going to talk about today is Liberation Day. You guys hear about this? You guys hear that we've been liberated? We've been liberated from paying reasonable prices at the grocery store because today is the day that Trump rolled out his comprehensive package of tariffs. And it's like 25% against this country, 45% against that country, 15% against this country, so on and so forth, right? And already in response, the dollar has gone down in value. The stock market has goddamn crashed. Economists are warning that prices are just going to shoot up across the board. I'm hearing that home prices are going to go up because lumber. We get something like 50% of our produce from Mexico, so produce prices are going to skyrocket. So a bunch of stuff is going to get more expensive. And this is the administration that part of what they want on is look at these grocery prices. They're so damn high. What's Biden doing? And now here comes Trump I can do better than Biden. Let's jack that shit up some more. Now, let's be fair to Trump, though. I mean, he thinks that this is going to, let me take a look at my notes here, revitalize American manufacturing. I mean, that sounds good, right? We could use some more of that, I think. Reduce trade deficits, protect national security, and encourage fair trade practices. Now, will it actually do any of that? I don't know. I mean, the immediate results seem to be pretty fucking dire. But long term, maybe that's just growing pains. And when the full width and breadth and depth of Trump's plan comes to its absolute fruition, we're going to see that this was actually a terrific goddamn idea. Now, most economists, from what I can tell, are like, no, this is a shitty idea. But you know what? Anybody who pretends they understand the economy is a delusional fuck. No one actually understands the fucking economy. So who knows? Maybe this gambit on Trump's part will pay off. I'm glad at least that he finally decided to actually just do it. Because I was getting real sick and tired of him just yapping about it. I'm going to do tariffs. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. No, I'm not. And finally, he's just decided, yes, I am. Here is my crazy, comprehensive package of absolutely batshit bonkers tariffs. Let's see what it do. And hey, maybe it'll be good. I mean, probably not, but maybe. I mean, I'm not going to just shit on it just because it's Trump. Let's see what it actually do. I mean, I'll do a wait and see on it. I am highly skeptical. I think that probably all the economists are right and it's going to be dog shit. But who knows? maybe I'll be surprised. Wouldn't that be nice? For once, to be surprised in a good way? Like, wow, Trump's tariffs actually worked. But then I know a lot of you guys out there probably don't want them to work. Probably be happier if they were a big resounding flop because you just hate Trump so damn much. But personally, I think we should put the country first. If it's good for the country, yay. But hey, it's probably not. So I guess we'll see. So I had this video all shot, edited, thumbnailed, scheduled, everything. And then some new stuff happened that I feel I'd be remiss not to add in. So here's a little addendum. The Senate has passed a bill blocking Trump's tariffs on Canada. And the bill was sponsored by Rand Paul, who, in case you don't know, is a Republican. It was co-sponsored by Tim Kaine, who, if you don't know, is a Democrat. And you should know that because it was Hillary's running mate. 4 Republicans voted yes on the bill. It was Paul himself, it was Mitch McConnell, it was Lisa Murkowski, and it was Susan Collins. Now, the bill is very unlikely to pass in the House, so it's probably going to die here as a symbolic gesture. But even if it were to pass the House, Trump would almost certainly veto it. Rand Paul not only agrees that the tariffs are going to jack up prices for people, but he also thinks they're just going to be a bad move politically for the Republican Party. Let's listen to him laying out that case.
Tariffs have also led to political decimation. When McKinley most famously put tariffs on in 1890, they lost 50% of their seats in the next election. When Hott Smuley put on their tariff in the early 1930s, we lost the House and the Senate for 60 years. So they're not only bad economically, they're bad politically.
So how wise is Rand Paul to take this position, to take this action at this juncture? Probably pretty wise. I mean, one thing we know is he's going to face the wrath of MAGA because they don't tolerate any dissension in their ranks. We know this. If you don't march in lockstep or in goose step, then they get pretty upset. And already people are calling him a traitor to the cause. And, he's there with Tim Kaine. Tim Kaine, damn you. So a lot of the MAGAs are obviously very mad right now. So why is this wise? Well, it's wise because if Trump's tariffs blow up in his big, dumb orange face, then Rand Paul's going to look like a genius. And what are the odds that Trump's tariffs are going to blow up in his big, dumb orange face? Well, they're pretty good. I mean, most economists say these things are terrible. They're going to raise prices. We're already seeing the stock market fucking implode. Some people are even talking about the death of the dollar as like the global standard of currency. So if even a fraction of the most dire predictions about what these tariffs are going to do come true, then Rand Paul's going to look like a goddamn genius. And you're probably going to see a lot of the party start shifting over to him because he took this stance at this moment. The only way that this is a bad play is if Trump's tariffs actually work. Then he looks like a fucking idiot. But, I mean, what are the odds Trump's tariffs are going to work? They're pretty abysmally low. I mean, if I was to be very, very, very generous and optimistic, I'll give it like a 1 in 10 chance that maybe everyone's wrong and Trump's right. And that this is going to stimulate the economy. It's going to bring manufacturing back to America because a lot of these companies are going to say, well, we don't want to pay these tariffs, so we'll just do our manufacturing in America, which I guess is the idea. I personally don't think that Americans, even if that were to work in the long term, I think the short-term pain of this is going to be too much for America, and they're going to be calling for Trump's head on a pike within like a few weeks. So we'll see. But I think Rand Paul's pretty smart to do this at this juncture. It makes it seem like he has some sort of prescience that has eluded the rest of the Republican Party, or at least I think it will in retrospect. But we'll see. Anyway, that's this video. Thank you for watching. Peace. Oh, yeah, and guess what? I love you all.